Hey guys, Chris Roder here with Tellius, and today I'm going to be talking about one of my absolute favorite things in the world, coffee. Let's get into it. We've actually got about 1,300 different cups of coffee that were brewed and a bunch of different attributes about all those different types of coffees. For example, the sweetness, the acidity of the coffee, but also altitude at which it was grown, the farm it was grown on, how it was processed, how it was roasted, so on and so forth. So let's get started. We've actually got our data already loaded into Tellius. So I'm just going to start by exploring all those different features you see there on the right. I'll just type in show me average cup points because I want to know for all these different cups of coffee, what's the average rating? Looks like 82, so a pretty tough crowd. I'll move on here by trying to understand, okay, by those different processing methods that we talked about, what makes for the best cup of coffee. This is a typical analysis process, is just incrementing variable by variable. You can see here on the left that the pulp natural process is actually the best in terms of a higher rated coffee. Let's see how all these different processing methods break down into ratings. So we've actually got rating group, which is high, average, or low. And we can see that for all these different types of coffee processes, how they're washed, if they are shelled or not, we can understand how that relates to a rating group. This doesn't give me exactly all I need to know. I'm really looking for segments of good coffee. So let me look at a different variable. Maybe I'll just add in color instead of that rating group. And instead we'll look at a heat map. This gives us a little bit more information. This is cool because we can see, depending on the color, is this a highly rated combination or not? So it looks like blue-green and semi-washed is a pretty highly rated coffee combination. I want to continue looking at different variables, so I'll just choose variety instead, which is the type of bean. This is going to be even more information than the color combination we saw earlier. So this is a lot of info. Maybe I want to see data labels, so I'll just go and add data labels. And I can see here that maybe this particular combination of Sumatran and pulp natural, well, that's a really highly rated cup of coffee, and maybe that's where I want to go when I make more coffees. This is good, but again, I'm really looking for a segment, and I don't want to comb through all my different variables. So we've actually run a segment insight with Tellius to say, all right, what is the best cup of coffee, and what makes a really good cup of coffee? Now on the left, you can see all the different features that are really impactful for rating, and then in the middle, we've actually picked out several segments of really good cups of coffee based upon their color and altitude. Now I want to get really precise with it, so I'm just going to create an AutoML model. I'm going to say, okay, help me to optimize my total cup points. Predict for me, based upon whatever my inputs are, what's the rating going to be. We've actually run 5 different regression models, and our best is actually our GPT regressor. You can see here in the middle of the chart of actual versus predicted, not a ton of error. We're doing pretty well. And we've actually picked out feature importance too, so we can see that number 1, the most important thing for a good cup of coffee, country of origin, followed by balance, variety, and aftertaste. This has been pretty interesting. I'm a big coffee fan. If you want to follow along, again, we'll post a link to the data in the description. And if you want to do something with Tellius, maybe with your own data, not necessarily coffee, feel free to contact me or go to tellius.com/free-trial. Thanks again for your time.